My name's Victoria Yeates and I'm here at the amazing No Red Flag is Too Small refuge event.
What an incredible installation we've got here, just outside Tottenham Court Road Tube at Outernet. Honestly, the power and the heartbreak in seeing these red flags written down once and for all.
I can't tell you how powerful it is. I think sometimes we think about domestic abuse and we just think about the physical side, when actually there's so many different elements to it.
It can be financial, it can be psychological, it can be somebody tracking you or reading your messages. It's really hard for people to understand how these things can build up into something quite sinister over time.
I think it's the very first time, honestly, that I've seen something that really finally illustrates and shows what domestic abuse is all about. So often we hear from survivors about things that are happening to them and they think that they're not really a victim of abuse, and yet actually what's happening is over sometimes many years and sometimes decades, they are being increasingly coerced and controlled and made to feel worthless.
Any woman in this room will look at some of these signs and go, oh my God, I've experienced that in my lifetime. And when you think that 1 in 4 women experience some form of domestic abuse and 1 in 3 women experience some form of sexual violence, it's far more common than people realise.
There was a poll done recently that showed that 3/4 of the population in Great Britain don't know the scale of domestic abuse. My mum had to go to a refuge. I was in a coercive controlling relationship that nearly ended in violence and I managed to get out. And I think the idea when we don't speak out is all because the shame that's put on us. Some of these things around that, that I've gone through, it's the controlling behaviour. So stopping you wearing certain clothes, the silent treatment, going crazy and then not saying anything at all, and it's your fault. So everything's kind of put on you and your sense of self is diminished.
Today, and what we do with today, after today, has got to be the start, not the finish. Everybody needs to see this. If we read domestic homicide reviews, we see all of these patterns of behaviour going on in every single domestic homicide, and yet violence is not always there.
You start to see how abuse is a drip feed, how it just chips away at someone's sense of self. And trying to get more awareness about what these red flags are. That's why the hashtag No Red Flag is Too Small is so important.
So it's very important to galvanise, it's International Women's Day, to try and encourage the government and people in general to acknowledge that this is a huge problem. It's a huge problem.
We need to all do it together. We need to share our stories and get rid of any sense of shame and be here for each other, because it's not why you stayed, it's them.